Hey everyone, I wanted to try this game called Supermarket Together. Now, this is actually a multiplayer game and it can accommodate up to 16 people running a supermarket. But the crazy thing about this game is it's free to play, and the dev supports herself, I'm not sure, by a $5 DLC called the Cool Pack, which is a bunch of skins and character models and stuff. So it's interesting. It's from 2024. The dev continues to update it, and there is no AI disclosures. My problem with a lot of these new supermarket simulator games is they are full of AI. There's a one that I really was enjoying called Old Town. Let me find it. Old Market Simulator. Leaf owned it. I was playing it. I was having a good time, and then I realized I didn't even need to see the AI disclosure. You could just see their icons were definitely all made with ChatGPT, and that made me sad. And then we looked at it, and the website says, yes, we use AI. And then I noticed there's an AI content disclosure. And there's just so many of these games out there that are like this now since 2024, just packed full of AI. But this one, Supermarket Together, seems to be free of that. So the gist here, if this is a game you might be interested in, you have friends you like to play friend slop with, the more players in your supermarket, the more demanding the customers will become. So that's one problem I have with a lot of these games, is that there's a fine balance between, okay, I have 3 people, I have just enough work to do, versus now there's 6 people and we have too many people for this. It's just become super easy. So I wanted to try it out single player just to see what it was like, and then hopefully I can get my friends in it to play with me if it's any good, and we can see how it scales. We're not going to be recording when we play together, but I'll have a baseline. It's very positive. Out of 30,000 reviews, 94%, and it is now downloaded. So let's play it. That's insane. That's such a good rating, and it's free to play. And the fact that the dev is still supporting it, and the money they get is through that $5 pack, means the community must love it. So I'm excited to try it out. Okay, so let's look at the options. No head bob, please. And we're going to do a new store, and we're going to call it Charlie's Corner. We're just going to start with difficulty 1. Oh, look at the layouts. Oh, can we select where we start? We can't do any of this yet. Create. Maybe that's part of the DLC, the $5 pack. I'm always down to support indie devs, so if this ends up being fun, I've got no problem throwing them $5. Our money's tight, but I know indie devs got tight lives too, so... All right, here we are. Welcome to Supermarket Together. If you wish to skip this tutorial, press the assigned drop item key F for 5 seconds. Well, we better just do the tutorial. While the store is closed, time passes way more slowly. The first step is to place some furniture. Press tab to open the builder. Buy 2 product shelves, a checkout and a storage shelf. Note the storage shelf can only be placed in the annex empty room connected to the manager's room. This is where the storage shelves go. Okay, 2 product shelves. So I want 2 product shelves. And a checkout. Build. Okay. And then we need two product shelves. Where are they at? Is this product shelf? Here we go. Yeehaw. I think we have that supermarket simulator, but gosh, that is also an AI game, and if I can avoid playing games with text-to-image models or anything made with large language models, I would prefer that. I feel like at a certain point, it's going to become impossible to avoid because developers are just going to lie to us. But if I can play games without it, I will make my best effort to not do that. I'm so worried about Elder Scrolls 6. Bethesda was like, oh, we're going to use AI in our process. And I'm like, I just want to play Elder Scrolls 6. Don't make it ethically and morally complicated for me. 2 product shelves. So we need storage shelves for here. Okay. Nope. So what's the rotate? There we go. I own Inzoi, and that was a game where I was like, you know what? The AI in this doesn't bother me so much because I can opt out of using it because a lot of it is player content that you take a picture of something and then you have the game render it with a image model. And if I don't do that, I don't do it. Doesn't matter. But game is also incredibly straight and not gay friendly. I was just kind of like, even if I'm not going to fall in love with a woman in the game, I'd like for there to be an option. How do we get to the other option? See down here? Navigate menu down. Okay, here we go. This is how we get to the next ones. Good job. We have a franchise point available. Points are earned by owning a successful business. Go to the manager's room and acquire the first perk in the perks blackboard. Okay, so here, 1 perk. We can get bread. Great. You've just acquired the first pack of products. It's important to remember that once you've acquired a product franchise, customers will expect those products to be in the store or they will complain about existences or non-existences. Now go to the manager blackboard, click it in and click the products and click in products order. Okay. So we need to buy stuff, manager blackboard. Some clunky translation here, but don't care. I get the gist. Did you see how many languages it supported in the main menu? Holy cow. Good for them. Product order. So we want basic products. How much money do we have? Let's buy a box of each basic product. Click on the plus symbol of each product to add it to the shopping list. Once you have one of each there, click buy. So we're just going to do this. And where is our money? There it is. Yeah, definitely European. Because that looks like, it looks like to me 200. We don't ever, Europeans love to use commas where Americans use the decimal. So this is $242.80, right? This is $50. This is $40.50. Instead of a period, they use a comma. That's pretty common among European games, I've noticed. Okay, great. Now go outside and look for the purchased boxes. Click on one to hold it. Oh boy, I know how to hold boxes. Can we not have this be a door? I feel like I'm just inviting shoplifters. Look at the city. Oh. I feel like I'm in New York. Right? Or I guess maybe Chicago. More like New York. Lots of people walking around. Looks like it's the 2002 maybe? Early 2000s based on the clothes. Hey, bud. Nice face. What are you selling? Fashion. Pineapple. Beauty. Spring. Great. Where's my stuff? Is it in back? Whoa. What? So if you've been to Tokyo and you've been to any train station in Tokyo, Oh my God. The Gashapon machines there are a whole thing, right? They're huge. So we just do this. Oh, I just hold it in. Nice. I don't have to keep clicking it. Thank you for my wrists. There's the main rail station in Akiba. The Gashapon section there is freaking huge, man. I've only been to Japan once, but when we went, I was like, we gotta stay in Akiba. Kitty! You're an outside kitty, but you're a good kitty and you're gonna stay here and not get run over, okay? Cool. These maces? Okay, like malls. What are we using the malls for, So we got rice, and we got daran. Go to a product shelf. Yep. We'll return items from the shelf to the box. You can also press F to drop items where you want to. Place all the products on the store shelves. All right. We're getting it. How peppy. What a peppy little soundtrack we got. I should actually look this up. Is this music safe for YouTube? It seems to be safe. And if it's not, well, I'll just have to remove it and re-upload it. Bees. Honeybees. It's probably music from I don't know. I don't want to slander the dev. That maybe the dev made the music, but it might be just from an asset pack. And if it's from an asset pack, it's going to be probably safe to use. Because is this cat different? A different cat, isn't it? Products are placed but initially labeled at cost price, which means no benefit. Go to the manager's room and take one of the pricing devices. Pricing devices. Is this it? Aim at a shelf and the product pricing information will appear on the device. Okay. Right. If your price surpasses more than double of the product's base price, customers will have an increasing chance of not buying it. So use this rule of scale. So double is okay. Doubles are good. Triples are safe. For example, if a product has a cost $1 and you set your price higher than $2, customers may not buy it. Try to set a price to all 6 different products. Okay, so add or subtract increments. Okay, see, now I'm adding. So 145, so double would be 290. So let's just double it. E goes faster. Whoa, okay. What did I say? 290? And then left mouse button. Oh, number pad can also be used. Oh, thank God. That's 270. Yeah, I mean, that's an even amount. Your store is now ready to open. To allow customers in, press the green button located on the manager's room. But first, read the important information below. Will do. Every Thursday market, inflation increases on some products and you will have to review prices on Thursdays. Okay. You can drop empty boxes in the container just outside or carry them to the farthest container across the street and earn some money back by recycling it. Oh. Money can be increased with a perk. Let's find that before we start. At day 8, thieves and trash will have a chance to spawn. The solution to both is the broom. Hit the thieves and they will drop the stolen products. Each checkout can have a queue of 8 customers. They won't become impatient, but extra customers that do not detect a free checkout queue will become thieves and leave without paying. You can check lights and other decorations by pressing X or Z while in the builder. Okay. You can definitely clear a shelf. I don't think that's how they mean definitely. Okay, so you can completely clear a shelf from products by right-clicking with the pricing tool. Oh, so an employee will keep restocking, but if I'm like, please don't, I can just clear the shelf. Okay. Pay attention to the invoices tab in the manager's blackboard. Your employees' wages and electrical or rent invoices will arrive there. All right. To close the store, wait until it's 10:30 and press the PM and press the red button in the manager's office. Game is saved automatically every new day. Very Stardew Valley. The more players, the more difficulty. Try hitting players Try hitting your friends with the broom. So there's this. Whoops. Walk into the door. What are you doing in my staff room, bud? So there's this. Oh, let's hang this up. Okay. So there's this, but he said, I'm just giving the tooltip as just sex and gender. If I bring it here, if I just walk the little distance, I can get some money back. You petting my cat? Okay, so now can we, these doors, there's just no doors. Okay, good to know. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I recorded an episode of Voices of the Void today and my head was so swollen. I was looking at the footage afterwards. I'm like, I got a big head, but my head is like twice the size. It's, there's a particular set of days of the month for women and AFAB people where everything gets a lot bigger. Let's turn the music down, actually, though. No. Options. I can read. You read. Is that better? That was pretty loud music. We want the ambience, but not the, oh no, did I turn this around the wrong way? Shoot. Okay, well, we'll fix that tomorrow. This is just going to be an awkward setup for now. Okay. Who are you? How do I help you? Oh, here you are. How much change does she need? Money to return 120. We don't have 50-cent pieces in the United States, so it's funny. We're playing. Oops. Ah, dang. We were playing Roadside Research yesterday, and it was like, well, same sort of thing. Like, it's clearly set in the United States, but there's 50-cent pieces, and like, we occasionally get like 50-cent pieces for like anniversary coins and special coins like that. Like, do we have the Kennedy? The Kennedy coin is like a 50-cent piece, and it's still legal tender, but they don't make them anymore. So let's see. I need to give them 865. 1, 2, 3. There we go. It says right there. Okay. I really don't care, but it's just funny that a lot of these games are like clearly set in very American style cities, right? This feels very, like I said, very New York or Chicago. I'm not European, not Asian. This is very American feel. And it's like commas instead of periods and 50-cent beats. It's okay. You know, whatever. It's an imaginary world. It's just, it strikes me as funny. That's all. Oh boy, how do I take this back? Oh. Where is it? It's not anywhere. Oh. How do I clear this? Okay, you right click. That's right. Current amount. Oh, money to return. Okay. Okay. There we go. Sorry, everyone. I'm new here. You need 775, 6, 7. It's just unintuitive for me to want to pick the 50-cent piece. 10. I'm not saying her way of doing things is right. Oh, God. I'm just saying it's confusing. That's all. That's literally all. How are we on the shelves here? Everything looks good. You like Smash Mouth? You look like the type of guy who likes Smash Mouth. You look like the type of guy who really likes Daniel Craig. Like the card. Card is easy. I have to do math. You look like... you look like a dad. Like a rich dad? What are you doing here? Yeah, dude, you... 311? This is a 311 listener if I've ever seen one. Amber is the color of his energy. Good day. Have a good day. Thanks for shopping at Charlie's Corner. It's just called a supermarket. Okay, I'm coming. You, you really like, hold on. You know, the Gallagher brothers, not the Gallagher brothers. Liam and Noel. What's their band? Are they Gallagher's, or am I just thinking of the Gallagher brothers? You know, like Gallagher and his brother who tried to steal his fame. Sorry, that's... You guys don't know the Gallagher brothers? You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm thinking of the band. It'll come to me. Hold on. Just let me work through it. I'll do some chores here. Oh. Money to return. Good Lord. Whoops. 60. Now, the only problem is I can only think of Smash Mouth right now. It's a common problem I'm sure a lot of people have. One more. I know I'm not very fast. I'm sorry. I'm distracted. I would much rather play asset flips than stuff made with generative AI. Because you know the thing about asset flips is someone made these assets. And they get paid for their effort. With image to text to image models and large language models, nobody gets paid. So it's a kind of a crazy day when asset flip games feel more like ethical than they did before. The problem with asset flip games historically is that, you know, people would put in minimum effort, charge money, the game would suck. That's, you know, that's why it's called a flip. But if you just use a bunch of assets and make a good game, that's not an asset flip. That's just an asset heavy game. Liam and Noel. Time is at 5. How are we doing on the shelves? We need more bees. Hold on, sir. I gotta buy more bees. Everybody loves these bees. 620. 620, dude. Not 16. Good Lord. Let's go get my bees before they get upset at me. Hold on. Please don't worry. The bees are coming. I'll be right there. It's just me working here. I'm sorry. I want some, $1.50 for recycling the box. Here I come. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for your patience. I really appreciate it. Oh, God. Oops. Not Collective Soul. Totally different band. Same era though, right? Oh my God. Oasis. That's so embarrassing. I couldn't remember the name of the band Oasis. You know, it's not like they've been doing anything recently, right? Buying a lot of Comet. Oh, you made a mess at home or something. Is that right? Yep, it lights up in green if it's right. Okay, we're good on everything. It's just the honeybees. I fucking love those honeybees. 35 cents? Easy. Here you go. It's in bills. You look like you work for, you know what? You look like a sysadmin for like Thomson Reuters or something. It's a very specific joke about one old friend of mine because he looks like Thomson Reuters doesn't even exist anymore, right? Not that you have all the Thomson Reuters news. I know you come here for the hot Thomson Reuters commentary. Thomson Reuters is just very much a part of my life in law school. And also I did my internship there. So I spent a lot of time at the Thomson Reuters building in Eagan, Minnesota. Now that building sat empty for a long time after Thomson Reuters got bought out. I don't know what's there now. It was a nice building. Had a little pond and a running trail, and there was showers downstairs in the basement if you biked into work, and the cafeteria was nice. And I didn't have to talk to anyone. They just shoved me in the basement and I just ate Snickers and so Thomson Reuters provided a search tool for attorneys where you could look up cases. But when new cases came in, they had to be connected to previous cases. So like if a new legal case basically amended the law or made new law or overturned the law of a previous case, then in this system, you'd have to link it and say, no, this old case is no longer valid law because the new case supersedes it, da-da-da-da-da. So someone has to go into the system and make all those changes, and that person was me. It wasn't a very exciting internship, but they did leave me the hell alone. They just let me work. And you know what I like? I like working and being left alone. But then my brain broke. And now I don't work in law anymore. I need to fill up this box. It's so hard to do legal work as an attorney, or I guess even as a paralegal, when you have chronic migraines. Chronic migraines mean, right, that you have migraines half of the days a month, basically. So if there's 30 days in a month, you're basically having migraines 15 days a month. And my migraines, I tried to figure out what triggers my migraines. I gave up, and I concluded that just existing triggers my migraines. It's not I cut out booze. I tried to eat better. I modified my diet. None of it changed how much I got migraines. So I thought if I quit my job, my stressful job, maybe I'll get less migraines. Well, I quit my job and it didn't get fewer migraines. I got the same amount of migraines just trying to relax at home. So, if I could make my own schedule and I didn't have to have any client calls or meetings, right? Because one of the problems is since it's so unpredictable, I could have a migraine tomorrow, I could not have a migraine tomorrow. I don't know. What happens if I have a client meeting tomorrow and I have to cancel and then we reschedule and then I get a migraine that day we reschedule and then I never get to have a client meeting. I mean, the alternative is have the client meeting with a migraine, but migraines make me forgetful, airheaded. I can barely string words together. Like clients are not going to be impressed with me, And I legitimately might screw up stuff because sometimes, I just feel like a space case sometimes when I have a migraine. And if you've seen me play games when I have migraines, I don't know. Maybe I seem spacier than normal. Maybe not. Wow, these show up right away. You don't have to wait. Now, to be fair, in roadside research, they show up very quickly too. Oh, I've been throwing these away, even though there's some in here. Maybe I haven't. There's still 5 in there. It's 10:30. Okay, we need to get more Darren and more bees and more of that. Darren, bees, and green water. Darren. Oh, it's salt. The sugar, Darren. What did I say? Bees? So how much money do I have now? Where is my money? Okay, I have 2,000. Here they use a decimal. Weird. 22,735. You said it, kitty. We need some lights in here. Kind of dim, huh? No more products in the box. We'll see if we can, what is this, honeybees? I don't know how long this is going to be. Maybe, I was like, maybe I'll just record for half an hour, but I've been recording for 40 minutes already. I'm struggling with the concept of time right now. That's what that face is. Excuse me? Wow. In theory, I guess I could edit a bunch of this out. But, some people edit their videos so they're really snappy. You miss a lot of the really mundane stuff. And some people just leave everything in. And I don't know. I've been trying to figure out the right balance. It is so dim in here. X and Z. I'm looking for lights. It's Christmas, staff room, seasonal. Here we go. Neon. Where do these? Oh, they go above? Okay. It's not even on. What happens? There we go. Oh, look at that. Okay, so how do we select something that we've already put down? There we go. That's better, right? Okay. So we have $2,000. We have a new point. Tea or cheese? We're going to go with cheese. Let's order some cheese. Do we need Does that mean we need, we're going to need some refrigerated shelves now? Let's see. Essential furniture. Corner shelf. Oh, self-checkout. That is all of our money, so we won't be doing that. Standing freezer. Here we go. Is that right? So X and Z. Freaky decor. Okay. Bathroom lights, devices, plants, decorations. Oh, look at these fancy shelves. That's for later when we have more money. So let's buy one of everything. And we have enough. We'll get some of that back. Oh, these take different coins, right? Star coins, snow coins, moon coins, triangle coins, and candy coins and alien coins? Okay. What? Is this where I put troublemakers? Is that where I put thieves? Okay. Wrong container type for this. Huh. Wrong container type for this. Do I need fridge? Dang it. Can I sell? Can I sell this one? Delete mode. Okay, I got the money back. Thank God. Bingo. Okay. Get our skim cheese in there. That looks European as hell. We should probably move that light so it's over. We just move this light so it's there between the two. It's depressingly dark in here. Gruyere. Yeah, Americans eat Gruyere, but in that packaging, in that quantity, we're more of a cheddar and mozzarella people. Just in general. Milk brick. Excuse me? All right, we got shelf-stable milk, I guess. It exists. They make it. More cheese. Right? Because there's no drink fridge, right? Produce shelf. Yeah, there's no soda or drink shelf. Emmental. What is emmental cheese? Looks like orange cheese with a rind. Fruit yogurt. I should hope that would go in there. Yogurt. Again, not making fun of the way Europeans sell yogurt. We're animals in America. You know, we be spelling things all crazy. Although I will say, every time the English give us a hard time for something, the way we spelled or pronounce it, probably because we're saying it closer to the original French pronunciation than the British are, like garage. Don't even get me started on the word soccer. That is your word, England. You made that up. It is short for association football. And that's like the main football, you know? So that's your word. Please stop giving us a hard time for it. All right, we got the first day done. And it saves at the end of every day. We put up like a decoration. I feel weird just making a video one day. Right? But, can you get pots and then just put your own plants in them? Oh, and then you put the plants inside the pot. Okay. Good to know. Well, I just want one that's already pre-made. And I felt like that was this one. Padded pond. And where are we going to put that? We'll put it right here for now. Ding. Okay. Well, that's what our store looks like so far. Nothing exciting happened. Nobody got mad at us. Nobody stole anything. So did we close? End of working day. There we go. Yeah. They're great. They love it. We spent a lot of money today. You gotta spend money to make money. Or like I like to say, you gotta make money to spend money. Okay, so did anyone make a stinky? No, it looks good. And we spent all our points and oh, this is the layout for the store. Okay, right? And this is the entrance, this is the store space, and this is whatever. This is whatever. We already have plenty of that. Should we order a few things? They like the bees. We know they like the bees. And the sugar, and we'll put those, oh, electrical, 55 cents. Okay. Let's buy that and put it on the shelves so we don't have to do it in the middle of the day. That's the sugar. That's the bees. All right, let's open up. Welcome to Charlie's Corner. I hope, oh, is there one over there too? Good to know. And how far can we go? Yep, that's as far as we can go. Like fast food simulator. You can't even walk out on the road. Oh, fast food simulator. We're open, right? Hello. You're sure looking fancy. Going on a date? Hello, sir. Guess I shouldn't ask you. That's inappropriate. You don't have to explain to your checker why you're dressed up a certain way. Oh, see, this is so awkward. That they put it here and then they pick it up here and leave. Maybe alternate. I mean, they don't care. I should have bought the other one. The other one that faces the other way. Right, because I can refund this and get my full money back. Unlike Voice of the Void. Now that I'm playing on a harder difficulty. Spent $150 refunding stuff. Oh, my money. Is that right? Nobody just has exact change ever, huh? We're living in a society, you know. I like how the money shows up before it's exact, so it's like tempting to give them the wrong amount. 16.36. Thanks for shopping at Charlie's Corner. 2.15. Leaf just got us this game where you cook for animals. And it's really, really cute. And he made a video already about it, but he hasn't edited it yet. But I wanted to let him get through it before I started playing it. Right? He was excited to make a video about it. And I didn't want to step on his toes and be like, well, I'm also going to make a video about it. Not that it matters. The people who watch Leaf aren't watching my channel. I mean, some of them are because they're our mutual friends. But Leafs, the strangers that watch Leaf are looking for like my summer car videos, that sort of thing. You don't get that here. Whoops. Nope. You know what? I'm feeling generous. Just have a few extra dollars. I'm not feeling generous. In fact, I'm trying to run a store here. I'm a small business owner and I have bills to pay and cats to feed. Thank you very much. 5 cents. There you go. My brain just stopped. I'm like, where am I? What am I doing? Who are any of you? How did you get here? How do I know if they're thieving? Do they only turn to thieves if? I don't have to worry about it until day 8, though, they said, right? So, not an issue right for today. 13.76. Thank God. I keep forgetting to like pick the most. I don't have to manage my till, you know? I don't have to be like, well, gosh, I only have so many quarters. So I have been a cashier before. I was a cashier at Walmart when I was a teenager. It was a terrible job. I only wanted to merc minimum wage because I was like 16. So they would schedule me for like 39 hours a week or whatever the threshold for full time was. And I'm like, I am 16 years old. Please, give me fewer hours. And when I quit, I was just like, y'all, I don't want to work this much. I'm going to be honest. I worked at Walmart to buy a Dreamcast. You know, basically the money I had at Walmart was my spending money. I was like, I would much rather babysit. So I went back to babysitting. Because the kids I babysat, they were little crazy rascals, but they were my type of crazy rascals, right? Like they were my kids. They were like, I had known them for a long time. So I could handle their stuff. Oh, customers are the worst though. When you're a customer, please be nice to people working. If you're a client of like an attorney or someone who's doing a good job for you, please be nice. I quit being an attorney during the pandemic. And I had a huge caseload because I did finally have someone helping me with my trademark caseload. But for the longest time, I was the only one managing the trademark and copyright portion of the firm. So I had thousands and thousands of cases, right? Because with trademarks, it's a numbers game. You know, unlike patents, which pay big bucks, trademarks don't pay as much. So you have to just keep constantly be doing trademark stuff. So I had so many deadlines. And of course, we had docketing software that helped me like keep track of my deadlines, but like it's still a lot, you know. And every paralegal we tried to hire they weren't even paralegals. If they had been paralegals, they would have been helpful, but they were all these online virtual assistants who worked from elsewhere. And I was already so busy with my caseload, I didn't have time to teach someone who had never even heard of a trademark before what it was they were supposed to be doing. So I pretty much like, my boss was like, here, you can use this assistant. I'm like, no, I'm not. First of all, I don't have the time to teach them anything. And second of all, if they screw something up, which they will, it's me on the line as the supervising attorney. So we will not be doing that. So it was so stressful. Oh, I need $10. And I was managing, and then the pandemic happened, and everyone was miserable. But the funny thing was we had The year of the pandemic, the first year of 2020, that was the most money I ever made as a trademark attorney because everyone was sitting at home and they couldn't do anything other than think about like online businesses and stuff like that. Everyone was filing patents and trademark applications and And I made like a ton of money that year, but it got to be February 2021 or 2022. I can't remember. And as the pandemic went on, clients got meaner and meaner, like to the attorneys in our firm. Everyone was miserable. And I think the clients thought, well, because I'm paying this person, I can be as mean to them as I want and also treat them like a therapist because for some reason, haven't hired a therapist to help me handle all of this emotional trauma from the pandemic. So not only am I going to be mean to my attorney, I'm also going to burden them with my issues. And when I quit, I told my boss, I said, I can't do this anymore. The clients are so mean now. They are so, so mean. This is not my job as an attorney to handle this. And I can't just fire them. Like you can't just fire a client for being overwhelmingly like emotionally taxing. You can fire them for like not paying their bills or like being super unethical and like lying to you, like really stuff like that. You can't fire them because they're unpleasant to work with. It's not a legit reason. So I was just like, I'm done. Not only do I have chronic migraines, but these people are all monsters. So I stopped. If I could work as a trademark attorney, just doing grunt work, you go talk to the clients and you put the file on my desk and I'll file it. And when the clients have questions, you take the phone calls. I would do that. I wouldn't make as much money, but at least I'd be able to use my skills, all the things I learned. Anyway, working's hard. And we should have a universal basic income. So people can do work they enjoy rather than feeling like they're forced to work a job to survive. And work a job they might not even necessarily want to work because it's the current industry that pays the most. Maybe you didn't want to be maybe when you were growing up, you didn't want to be a software developer. But when you're in college, you're like, well, this is the one that's going to make me the most money. So I guess I'll go into software development. And then you're miserable because turns out you hate software development and you wish you could be a veterinarian or something like that. Well, if we had basic universal income, people could do what they like instead of what is necessary for them to survive. Everyone would be so much happier, more fulfilled. People like to work. Like it's some people, if you get a basic income, right, from the government, some people might not work, and that's fine. But I think a lot of people will get bored and want to do something. Like I just can't sit around on the sofa all day. When I was recovering from burnout, it took me let's talk about burnout. It took me 2 years to recover from burnout. But when I was recovering from burnout, I did sit on the sofa and I didn't even want to sit at my computer. My computer was such a traumatic place to be from work. I just didn't want to be anywhere near a computer. So I mostly sat on the sofa and played Switch. And then it took me about 2 years to recover from burnout. And I started doing this. And I don't make any money, but it's like a project, right? It's something to do. And I enjoy it. Like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500. I would love it. I would be so appreciative. But that's not the point of what I'm trying to say. Also, burnout is not something you can cure by taking a week vacation or going to Spain for a month. That's not how burnout works. Burnout's a much more serious condition, and it takes some people, it can take like 6 months to 2 years to recover from burnout. I remember I was working with a therapist during that time, and she said, "Have you gone back to your hobbies yet?" And I'm like, "No, I just want to sit and stare at a wall." And this was like a year in. She's like, "You still have burnout." She said, "You'll know you're getting better from burnout when you want to do things again. When you actually want to spend energy on the things that you found enjoyment in before burnout, like drawing or writing or playing video games, And I eventually got there. So burnout is not a joke. And if you're burnt out and you can afford to take care of yourself and take time off, which I know is like really impossible right now because the economy sucks and joblessness is as bad or worse than it was during the height of the pandemic. Sorry. I recognize that it's hard to do something like that for yourself. So you just have to take care of yourself as best as possible in the meantime. And then hopefully at some point, you'll find an opportunity where you can just tell the world to fuck off for a while so you can take care of yourself. Luckily with Leaf's schedule, inadvertent Alaskan schedule, he works for about 6 months because the electrical work out here is really bad right now. He works for about 6 months and then he has about 6 months off, which is sort of like almost like he's from Alaska. It's almost like an Alaskan schedule. You work in the summer, you don't work in the winter, right? You earn a bunch of money in the summer, you take the winter off, and you repeat that cycle. So let's take a look at our shelves. Let's restock them while we're talking. So Leaf inadvertently gets a little bit of a burnout recovery because he doesn't necessarily enjoy his job as an electrician. It's not the electrical work that he doesn't like. It's the people he works with because they are not forward-thinking people. I will tell you the type of people Leaf's in the IBEW, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. And the type of people in the IBEW, most of them, a lot of them, I don't know how many. I don't know what the split is. But a lot of them are Republicans and conservatives. And they're very selfish. And they're worried about themselves. And they vote against their own interests. By voting Republican, they vote for anti-union politicians, and they don't understand that unions are an incredibly left. Unions are so left, right? It's because of unions that we have weekends. It's because of unions that we have like 40-hour work weeks, things like that, these basic protections. And they don't understand that. The reason why they join the union is because they want the retirement. They want the health care. They want all the things that a union offers that are very beneficial to employees, but they only are worried about themselves. Now they pay their dues, so in the end, that money gets spread around all the electricians. They just don't get it, right? And that's so frustrating. Let's place an order before we go. We need water, salt, rice, and milk. 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 And let's take a look at our cheese selection. Our yogurt's good. Our cheese selection is pretty good. Oh my gosh, we didn't do the prices on our cheese or our milk. We've been selling them at Market. Oh, Lord. Well, we got 1 point. Should we do tea or more cheese or cola? Well, if we do this, we can actually hire 1 a point. Maybe we should get this ketchup. Hell yeah. Oh, we need this first. Okay, next time we can get the ketchup. Don't know if you know this about me. Fucking love ketchup. I'm from Minnesota, right? And the joke is, in Minnesota, ketchup is spicy. It's not. We don't consider ketchup spicy. It's just a joke because we all are really bad with spicy food. But I fucking love ketchup. I put ketchup on my macaroni and cheese, and you can unsubscribe if that disgusts you. That's fine. I'm not sorry for who I am. I grew up doing it because my mom did it. My mom put ketchup on her mac and cheese, so that's how I grew up eating mac and cheese with ketchup. I didn't even think when I was a kid, I thought everyone eats ketchup on their macaroni and cheese, right? And I remember I once put I was bringing a bowl of ketchup. I was bringing a bowl of ketchup. I was bringing a bowl of macaroni and cheese out to my friend. I put ketchup on it because everyone eats ketchup on their macaroni and cheese. And she's like, "What is this? This is disgusting." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Nobody eats ketchup on their macaroni and cheese." I'm like, "Well, I do." And she's like, "Ooh." But I have been online and know there are dozens of us who eat ketchup on our macaroni and cheese. This is the way I tell people. It's a tomato sauce. It's a sweet tomato sauce, but it's a tomato sauce. And you know what goes on pasta? Tomato sauce. It's cheese, tomato sauce, pasta. What's wrong with that? Nothing. Seems fine to me. Let's fix our shit here. We'll just do that. Okay, is that everything? Seems like everything. I feel like we need a light in here, but you know what? I'm just a manager. I don't need a light. Okay, let's save and then we'll call it there. Perfect. Hour and 15 minutes? That's fine. Actually, that second day went a lot faster because I wasn't reading the tutorials. Hey, and we made money. Perfect. Okay, well, I will leave it here. Thanks for running the supermarket with me. I don't know if I'll make another one of these. I mostly wanted to check it out and then put it up for my friends to see if they wanted to play it. And, you know, it's pretty simple to start, but I feel like, you know, you can increase the difficulty and do a bunch of stuff. So we should play it. That's what I think. All right. Well, I'll see you in whatever's next. And I will put it on the wheel, so maybe it will come up. Maybe next video I'll get the wheel out. I don't know when these are. I've got like a Minecraft, a Stardew Valley, and a Voices of the Void, and now Supermarket Together, all in the kitty to edit. So I have no idea what order they're going to come out in. So after, we'll go back to the wheel though for the next one. Okay. All right. Have a good night. Don't shoplift. Eat some good vanilla yogurt. Bye.